The next morning after my horrifying adventure with the army, I was still a little on edge, but luckily, I was promised that no more shenanigans would be happening, which meant I went to the odd one out in the car park and got on my way. So that was a terrifying end of the day. The car certainly went through a bad day. It was a bad day for the car. Rolled it, nosedived it twice, and then got shot to pieces. But it's still driving. There's a bunch of body panels flapping about, but it's still on driving without too many mechanical issues. It's actually, steering is straight, engine's running fine. I mean, luckily I didn't hit the engine with the bullets, so everything went in the doors and the trunk, which I don't really care about in terms of mechanicals. So I think mechanically we survived pretty much unscathed. Doesn't look it, but we did. That is seriously impressive for the toughness of this vehicle, perfectly suited to a standard lobby here in Los Santos. But my next challenge was apparently up here. Wait, they say to go to the museum starting from this point. This is a nature trail. Oh, I get it. Okay, they want me to go to the museum up the mountain. That's not a super nice course. This is still on normal tires, guys. I know it's a four-wheel drive rally car, but as we've seen on the course, it's not that type of rally car. I mean, I'm sure it's a lovely museum, but that's real. Why can't we just take the road? That's a lovely driving road up there. It's got a few twists, got a straight, got a nice long hairpin. Okay, alright. Clearly you hate me and this car, but whatever. We'll just do as they ask. What can be wrong with that? Just chillax and just keep the momentum up. We'll try and leave it in second. Yeah, definitely. Let's not even second. No. Maybe first. Maybe first is the right idea. Get in the turbo range. No, I have a four-cylinder, and without the turbo, it doesn't really have any power, and these tires have no traction on the dirt whatsoever. Alright, I don't have any power. I have an idea. Neutral, and then... Okay. Let's see, so let's put in, neutral. We need a buffer, I got an idea. So we're gonna roll it backwards. And into the tree. Sorry, car. Yep, there goes the windows. That didn't get shot to pieces, so first keep your launch control on. Boot it! Keep it in first. Keep it in first. Buzz the limiter a bit, it's fine. There we go. Yes, all we needed was the right rev range. Alright. Luckily, this is not too bumpy, it's just steep. And that means as long as I keep it in the right gear range, I'll have enough power to carry the momentum up the hill and not lose traction like that. So it's kind of like going through a mud pit. You just need to keep the pressure going. And just like that, we're at the museum. Going underneath here, we got a staircase. That's not ideal, but again, just power. It's gonna be unhappy. Well, I mean, I made up the staircase, but I'm gonna have to squeeze my way through here. Sorry. Yeah. Trust me, my car's in worse shape because of it, so I won't cry too much. We need to go in at an angle on the... I said go in at an angle, and I just nosedived it right into the stairs again. Ow. But then I got a little tour of the arts. Okay, I'm officially bored. I mean, it's nice. I like the statues, they're very nice, but, I got a job to do here. And this is not really my cup of tea, not really the crowd I want to hang out with, so if you don't mind me, I'm just gonna leave, okay? Leave to the front doors. Oh. Can you open a little wider doors? Come on. Yes, officer, help me open. Yes, come on, just a little push, a little bit. That's not a push! That's not a push! The hell was that? I mean, I know I'm not really supposed to be here in this situation, but what the heck was that? Why do people... Ah, crap. Why do people keep shooting at me? I was told no more guns would be fired in my general direction. This is shenanigans. Okay, let's leave here as quickly as possible, because that was exceptionally painful. You know, I completed my objective. I made it up the hill, so there shouldn't be any debate on whether or not I successfully completed this task. So we're just going to use blinding speed to... Oh, he called the cops. You evil sod. Fine. Fine, we'll take a detour. Not where I wanted to go, but where I ended up going. Not much traction on the wet dirt here. Because it's, again, road tires. Road tires on the dirt going downhill. A little sketchy, but it should help us lose the police. Very annoying day. Excuse me, pardon me. This is not how I wanted to start the morning, but here we are. A little bit of sideways. Nearly rolled it again. Let's not do that. Just hide in here. I'm sure they'll be fine with a little bit of skin marks on their lovely decorative driveway. It's a very nice driveway, but we're gonna hide here, alright? Okay. Why do people keep shooting? What does this country come to? Oy vey. You know, it gets very wet in here in the rain when there's no windows. Having successfully evaded the police, again, I got back on the road to my final objective, my final test to prove that the Kuruma is the best car for a new arrival. I think this thing has held up incredibly well. It's been shot at twice, including by a tank. It's gone off-roading twice. It's gone up and down stairs, over hills, mountains if I'm honest. And it's done it in flying colors. I've even crashed it a few times, and it just keeps on trucking. And it does without losing any performance. It's still that turbocharged four-wheel drive rocket that I know and love. It's absolutely sensational so far. Now, my last objective is right in the heart of downtown. I don't really know what I'm going to be doing in there. If they want me to rob a bank, I'm not going to do it. I've already done that, and I've already been shot at enough times. So we better not do anything stupid like that. Of course, there's no banks in the center of town here. So what are we going to be doing? I mean, yeah, it's a lovely town square, but what does that have to do with the Kuruma? What it had to do was a racetrack that was built through the business sector. A very technical, yet very high-speed circuit to test four-door sedans. My vehicle was entered as the Japanese component of our international test. But before I drove on it, they allowed me a test run with the American vehicle of the day. Ho 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 ho, this is more like it. The Albany V-STR is a hell of a machine. It's the complete opposite of my car. Big old V8 up front, rear wheel drive, absolute mental machine. I like it very much. I like it very much. Alright. Spin the wheels up because we can. No issues. Absolute rocket ship this thing. I loved it when I reviewed it, and I love it now. It's so nice to drive. It can be a complete hooligan if you want, but it can also be a legitimately fast car. Now, of course, this is a very technical stage, which means rear-wheel drive will have a disadvantage, as shown there. It's going to be tough to, beat these things, obviously, because I am so far down in horsepower, but that four-wheel drive advantage might give me a little bit of an edge. Because, well, we can lose traction like that. It's very good fun to do that. But it's not fast, and that is where the Kuruma will make up its time. I am concerned about the bumps. That's a very nasty, bumpy corner there, and there's not much runoff, and the Kuruma, well, it has been through hell, so it might not do too well on the bumps. It doesn't do too well anyway. It wants to fall over, so hopefully we don't fall over on the street circuit. But we got one more corner to go. Chuck it in, and we are across the line. Which meant it was time for a series of laps, a series of runs with other vehicles from other manufacturers to see just how fast they could be. But there was one car in particular that really shined on this course, to nobody's surprise. The Ocelot Jugular isn't so much a sports sedan as a track sedan. It's a track special in every sense of the word, and while including it here was a bit favoring towards it, it was obviously going to be the fastest. It was interesting nonetheless to see just how much faster it would be and how close the Kuruma could get to such a formidable four-wheel drive V8 power track weapon. And eventually, all of the cars completed their runs, and it was time for the main event, the Kuruma. So I'm gonna be honest here, I'm not expecting much. These cars cost 10 times more than what this thing costs. Quite a few of them more than that, and they have more power. A lot more power, and they have better aero. A lot better aero. And they had been shot at by a tank and rolled over, so the odds are stacked against me, but I'm gonna give it a bloody good shot, alright? Alright, we're off. We're off. This matters. This absolutely matters. My goal is to just not come last. That's a tall order, given the quality of the vehicles, but that's my goal. We're going to have the advantage in this section because of that acceleration from the all-wheel drive. We're not going to have to spin our wheels at all. Should be good. Well, that's not what I needed. Got a bit of oversteer on the bump. We turn it in nicely, though. And here's the big issue. Absolutely no power. None whatsoever. We're just so slow in a certain line compared to those guys. It's not even a competition. Big corner in question. Lots of bumps. We're a little close to the wall. But we survived. Just about we survived. We got one more chicane left and then a corner. A really fast right-hander. It's a bit bumpy, it's a bit wobbly, but we're surviving. Just chuck it in last corner. A bit of two-wheeled action across the line. That was a pretty good run. I couldn't have pushed it any harder. That is for sure. We can even do, like them, celebratory donuts. It does have just enough turbocharger pressure to kind of do donuts in some... I can't really do donuts. But it was quick, nonetheless. It wasn't quick enough. The Jugular was a stupid 102.0, a second faster than everything else. But importantly, for our conversation anyway, the Kuruma did not come last. It absolutely thrashed the Shafter V12, which was once the fastest car you could buy. And it even got pretty close, within 2 seconds, of the Cinquemila, which is over $1 million. That is seriously impressive. Yes, on other tracks it would struggle because this one is more technical and therefore more favoring to it. But that is a very impressive result nonetheless. To be that close to such high caliber vehicles, that's no small feat for such a small price. But that also meant It was the end of our journey. All of our tasks had been completed, and in my opinion, the Kuruma passed with flying colors. It's tough, it's fast, it's off-road capable, it's on-road capable, it can punch well above its weight, and it's just so nice to drive while being a 4-door sedan. You can put your mates in this and have a blast, do everything I just did. Minus the rollover, probably. And even through all of the pain, all the crashes, all the gunfire, it held up beautifully and did everything I asked it to do after that. It's one of the best cars I've ever driven and one of my favorites that I've ever owned.